I'll be completely honest with you. Brie Larson is super dominating in this movie, but I would have no problem with her dominating me. Am I right? Am I wrong? And hello, welcome back to another episode of Tommyrot Reviews. It's a marvelous day and a marvelous time because another Marvel movie has come out. Before anybody says, yes, I am a total Marvel shill and I love Marvel, so suck it. But yes, the time has come. Captain Marvel is released, the movie is out, and it is not that bad. I've heard some people trashing it, I've heard some people praising it. I'm going to give you my review. Let's just jump straight into the story and how it starts. We open up with Veers. Let me get this out of the way. I will be calling Captain Marvel Veers because that's her name in the beginning of the movie because she doesn't know who the fuck she is. So we open with Veers having a dream about her past, having flashbacks, the whole nine. She's disturbed by these dreams. She goes and fights her Star Force commander, who's played by Jude Law, who plays Jan Rog. While these guys are sparring, he's telling her that she needs to forget her past because it's holding her back and yada yada yada, the typical speech. Cut to Star Force on a mission to the planet Torfa, and it's at this planet that we first encounter the Skrulls. The Skrulls are shapeshifters within the Marvel Universe. If you don't know by now, get with the program. A battle obviously ensues. It's a pretty cool battle. The shots on this planet are kind of dark and hard to see, but that's my only gripe with it. Of course, during this battle, the Skrulls are actually able to capture Veers, and once they get her captured, they get her up in their ship and they attach her to this memory device that can like read her memories and play them back, but like keep playing them back. It's kind of cool. It's really weird. But anyways, they're replaying her memories and they go back to a time where she sees Dr. Wendy Lawson. The Skrulls recognize her and they see that she's on Earth, so they're like, oh shit, let's get the fuck to Earth. Veers is super confused by all of this because she doesn't remember these memories that they're pulling out of her brain, so she's really messed up. She of course escapes, fights off the Skrulls in a pretty cool battle. She's able to get on an escape pod on the Skrull ship, and right when they're above Earth, her pod goes down. This is when she crash lands on Earth inside of a blockbuster, and we get that sweet hit of 90s nostalgia, baby. Oh, I love nostalgia. This attracts the attention of S.H.I.E.L.D., and this is where we meet Fury and Coulson. Coulson is a rookie, so that's pretty cool. She explains to them that the Skrulls are infiltrating their planet and they can shapeshift into anybody, and pretty much not 2 seconds later, they get attacked by a Skrull. This is where that chase happens that we see in the trailer, so I'm not going to dive too far into it. It's pretty cool though. After this chase, Fury meets up with Veers and she explains her mission to him. Fury agrees to take her to a S.H.I.E.L.D. base where they learn more about Project Pegasus. It was here that Veers learns that Dr. Wendy Lawson was actually a scientist that was working on experimental jets. She was part of S.H.I.E.L.D., she was part of the government, she was part of the Air Force, she was part of something. And in this information, Veers actually sees a picture of herself, so she definitely is starting to piece together that she had a life on Earth before. This info that they recover lead them to Maria Rambeau, who was Carol Danvers' best friend. This is basically where Carol gets confirmation that she was a human before she was a Kree, and the story progresses from here, but it is filled with spoilers, so I want to go over the performances of everybody. I think Brie Larson did an excellent job playing Captain Marvel. I don't know what everybody's gripe is. I think she did a good job of playing somebody who was confident, as Captain Marvel was portrayed to be, but she was also really confused and scared, and I think she portrayed that well. She wanted to remain confident and like not show that she was scared, not show that she was, I don't know how to say that 5 times fast, but she didn't want to show that. I think she was able to show emotion and she didn't seem stoic at all. I don't know what everybody's talking about. I really enjoyed her performance. I am also thoroughly in love with Brie Larson, so that might have something to do with it. Seriously, like in love. But nevertheless, I thought it was a good performance. Lashana Lynch, who played Maria Rambeau, Carol Danvers' best friend, she had a great performance. She had the most emotional scenes in the movie and she delivered really strong, so she gave an excellent performance. Sam Jackson as Nick Fury always kills it, playing a young Nick Fury, not as confident, but he still had that cockiness to him. I really enjoyed it. He definitely had the funniest scenes in the movie. He definitely kept the comedy up there and kept me laughing the whole time. And I gotta say, the de-aging on Clark Gregg for Coulson and Sam Jackson for Nick Fury was spot on. It was perfect. Coulson you could tell for a little bit, but you got used to it. Sam Jackson you could not tell at all. Literally it was flawless. It just looked like a young Sam Jackson was playing it. I was like blown away. DC needs to learn how to de-age from the guys who do Marvel because they get it right. And I also gotta say, Ben Mendelsohn, he's not really a household name, but his performance here as Talos the Skrull leader was excellent. It was the surprise of the movie. He had some comedic swagger to him and it gave that character a nice little touch. I really enjoyed that. I think the story overall flowed pretty well. It did start off a little slow, but once Carol starts piecing things together about her past, that's where it really picks up. Now, I will say, from this point forward in the video, there will be spoilers. Spoiler alert! No, but really, there's going to be spoilers from here on out, so if you don't want to be spoiled, you can skip ahead to the end, or you can just see you later. But if you're still here, then you want to see spoilers. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Carol learns that she sees Dr. Wendy Lawson in her dreams, and she also sees her as the Supreme Intelligence. So the Supreme Intelligence is a artificial intelligence that's like the Kree overlord, and it basically takes on the person who you most admire. So that's who it takes on, is Wendy Lawson. So she learns that she sees this person because she was actually a Kree warrior named Mar-Vell, and Mar-Vell was working on Project Pegasus, which was a government program to use the Tesseract to make light-speed vehicles and jets. Hell Carol later gets her powers from one of these things, but we'll get into that in a second. It's at this point that Talos actually gives Carol the black box to the crash, and she learns even more about her origins. She learns that in the blast, Mar-Vell was killed, and she actually shot the engine of the jet that was powered by the Tesseract, and that blast merged with her DNA, giving her the powers. So she didn't merge with Mar-Vell at all, it was just the Tesseract, and I thought that was dope. That explains why she's so powerful. She basically just gets her powers from the Space Stone. That was sick. And it's also at this point that she learns that Talos and the Skrulls are not bad guys. They're just running from the Kree because the Kree are just trying to decimate them. The Skrulls are just looking for a home. They're just refugees. They're just trying to look for a home to chill at. They get kicked out of every planet they go to by the freaking Kree because they're pretty much Nazis. And Mar-Vell was on Earth working on technology so that the Skrulls can get far, far away from the Krees using the light speed vehicles that she was making. So the Skrulls are the good guys and the Kree are the bad guys. I love that twist. I thought it was dope. Carol learns she's been fighting for the wrong side the whole damn time. Gender swapping Mar-Vell really worked for me. In the comic books, it had to do with Walter Lawson and Carol Danvers kind of having a romance, but in this, she just looked up to Lawson and it was just a mentor, and I thought that really made the story a bit more rich. Making the Skrulls the good guys is an interesting move. I don't know how that's going to affect the MCU going forward. I thought we were going to have Secret Invasion and stuff like that, but we might not get those storylines. They're going to be good guys maybe going forward. I don't know. Goose the Cat was fun. He was actually a flirkin' alien. He does a lot of stuff in the movie, and probably the biggest spoiler, I'm telling you right now, if you don't want to know this, it's a pretty big spoiler. Okay, 1, 2, 3. The cat scratches out Nick Fury's eye. Actually, he doesn't scratch it out. He scratches over it, and it gets like messed up. So yeah, that's how he loses an eye. It's just the cat scratches it. Not even maliciously either. He just gets a little handsy, and the cat scratches him. It's like kind of anticlimactic, I will say. I was a little bit disappointed in that. I thought he was going to lose it in like a fierce battle. Like, I don't know. I just thought it'd be a little bit more climactic than that. Now, with Carol getting her powers from the Space Stone, I do think that she may be a little bit overpowered. She didn't really have any weaknesses in the movie. Once she learned how to use her powers, she was just full-blown like Superman. Like, she knew how to use her powers like immediately, and I wish there was a bit more of a learning curve. Like, she just knew how to fly immediately and just blast through ships immediately. Like, she was just super powerful, like, in a split second. I do hope going forward that they do give her a lot of weaknesses and like a lot of obstacles for her to overcome, because at this point she could pretty much just fight anybody in the MCU and beat them. Thanos, Thor, anybody. She'd probably take them on pretty easily. So power her down. In the next, I want to see her in Endgame. I want to see her powered down because I want to see the original Avengers take that home. She can get the next one. Bring her down a notch. That's all I'm asking. But overall, I did like the movie. It was a good time at the movie theater. That's all I'm looking for, is just to have fun at the movie theater. And I want to smile when I'm watching the movie, and this made me smile. So I had a great time. There were some aspects that were surprising, but they worked. And there were some aspects that were a little bit oversold. But I do think it may take time for the Carol Danvers character to evolve in the MCU. So I'm looking forward to her being in more movies, and I'm looking forward to see what Marvel does with this character. Nothing particularly to write home about, but definitely not a bad movie at all. In the scope of Marvel movies, I'd put it about middle of the run. I'm gonna give this movie a 7.9 out of 10. Pretty respectable score, a good score, and I'm gonna go watch it again here in a few hours. So please, if you're a Marvel fan, go check it out. Let me know what you guys think. If you didn't watch the spoilers, hey, welcome back. If you did watch the spoilers, let me know. What did you guys think of all the twists and turns? And yeah, this movie definitely got me pumped for Endgame, so these next 50 days need to move along. Let's go. Avengers, 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 Avengers. Oh, and also they do a very cool intro for Stan Lee at the beginning of the movie. It made me well up like Mrs. Puff when SpongeBob crashes the boats. Whew, man, it was good. But yeah, go check it out, guys. Let me know what you think of the movie. Let me know if you're excited for Endgame. I will be dropping a lot more videos coming this next week about Avengers because it is coming in and it's coming in hot. But as always, thanks for stopping by. Check me out on Instagram at Garzanate. Search the hashtag TalkingTommyrot, and we will see you in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.